Welcome to Our Inner Wisdom. I'm your host, Charlie Lundholm. We are in some intense times right now, and we could all use help finding some balance and clarity. To help with that, I'll be sharing channeled messages, interviews, and discussions on a variety of topics designed to help you feel more grounded, calm, and connected to your source. I thank you so much for being here today. Now let's go tap into our inner wisdom. Hello and welcome. I want to share a story with you today, and it's a story that has to do with one of those experiences in life where you think it's going to go one way and then it goes a totally different way and you come out with a big aha moment out of it. And I shared this at a gathering the other day, and I was surprised how many people came up and said, "Wow, thank you for telling me that. That's exactly what I needed to hear today." So it made me think that maybe I wanted to share it with you. So it actually has to do with gardening, of all things. So we live in a very kind of heavily wooded area in Northern California, and trying to grow a garden here has been a challenge. I thought that maybe one of the main challenges was that we don't get enough sun in our yard because of all the trees. Late December last year, we had a huge storm come in and just wiped out thousands of trees in our county. Just tree after tree went down. It was very, very sad. But suddenly, we had sun in our yard. So I got very excited about the opportunity or potential opportunity of being able to have a garden, a successful garden, because now I have sun. I was having all kinds of ideas of creating garden boxes. Oh, what should I do? Should I get metal ones? Should I build them out of wood? Should I do composite? That creative side of me was starting to really come up and wanting to drive the bus and make things. But I wasn't sure which way they should go. Should they go east to west, north to south? What was the best way to position them? How do I get water to them? So I asked a dear friend of mine who is the queen of gardening, queen of growing things. And so she agreed to come over and take a look. And so as soon as she came into my yard, I've got my notebook in hand, I've got my pen ready. I'm just so eager to talk about these vegetable boxes. Where can I put them? How can I get started? I've got my power tools all fired up and ready to go. So she walks into my yard and she starts, just asking me, what I want to do. And so I tell her and I bring her over to the sunny spot where I want to put all these veggie boxes. And she says, "Oh, okay. I'm just going to walk around your yard and take a look at everything that's here." And I thought, okay, well, then we can get back to talking about the veggie boxes. You know that cartoon where there's the big dog and the little dog is jumping around and all excited, and the big dog's just very calm and walking forward? That was kind of the scene. So she walked around my yard, every single plant, every tree she said hello to. She told me what needed to be done. This needs this needs that. So I'm, of course, taking my notes. But inside, I'm like, okay, and pretty soon we're going to talk about the veggie boxes. Very eager to talk about these veggie boxes. And she's just being so sweet and kind to every plant that she encounters. And she's talking to it and she's studying it. And this needs this needs that. You really need to do this and need to do that. So now we're getting closer in the yard. She's starting to make her way over to where I want to put those veggie boxes. I'm thinking, okay, now's the time. She's going to start talking about it. She walks right past it and starts talking to the trees on the other side. So I'm figuring, okay, at the end of all this, we'll be talking veggie boxes. So she finally is done looking at everything, talking to everything, telling me what needs to be done. She comes back. I'm so excited. Now's the time. We're going to do it. She looks at me and she says, your yard is really in recovery mode. It's gone through a lot. And it did in the storm. It wasn't very kind to the yard and the trees. And so she said, things are in recovery mode. And I'm thinking, okay, yeah, I got it. And she said, I think you need to tend to what you have before you bring in something new. And that simple sentence, tend to what you have, just stopped me in my tracks. It was so profound. It was one of those aha moments that really just made me stop and think, yeah, I do need to just tend to what I have instead of creating new veggie boxes and putting them in and being all gung-ho and still not tending to everything else in my yard that needed tending, the things that needed pruning, the things that needed to recover, the things that now suddenly are going to be blasted with sun that haven't seen the sun for 30 years. Tend to what you have. And when she said it and I kind of absorbed it, there was this huge weight taken off my shoulders, a weight that I didn't even know was there. It's like, whew, okay, I don't have to create something brand new. Not yet. I need to tend to what I have. I need to make what is here healthy and strong and find out where it's going to be happy. Move things around now that everything in my yard is so different. And what I took from that tend to what you have is that it goes so far past my garden. Tend to what I have. Tend to my body. Tend to my spirit. Tend to my emotions, to my desires, to my joys. Tend to my relationship. Tend to the relationships with friends. Tend to my home. Tend to my family. Tend to my businesses. So tend to what you have is a very all-encompassing concept and very easy to just put aside because we're always so forward focused. What's next? What's next? What do I need to do? Always have to be productive. Always need to be doing new things. Always looking forward instead of looking in the now, looking in the present moment. What do I have that is doing great? And what do I have that needs tending? It was just so simple and so profound. And I wanted to share that with you. What do you have that needs tending to? What do you have that needs you to give it some attention? Is that your body? Is that yourself? Is that your emotional state, your happiness, your joy? Is it your relationship or your friendships? Perhaps it is your garden or your home. Have you put things on the back burner that need attention? The other thing that I love about what she said is that there's a gentleness to it. Tend to what you have. She wasn't saying fix everything and everything has to be perfect and you need to work hard. It was tend to it, that softness, that gentleness. So that's my story, and I hope that you got a little tidbit out of it, just as I got my big aha moment out of it. So I invite you to tend to what you have. Thank you for listening. For more inspiration or to find out more about my work and upcoming classes, please visit ourinnerwisdom.com. And for beautiful crystals and minerals, please visit our sister site at earthgallery.com. Until next time, keep tapping in to your own inner wisdom.